Again, I'm hoping to learn that information to determine whether or not he jumped into a police vehicle. I don't have that currently, unfortunately.
Sergeant, do we know if he was hit by gunfire before we saw him in that video being hit by the police car?
It's still too early to tell. Again, I think that's going to be a determination by the medical examiner. Once there is a determination that a suspect or anybody in that matter is deceased, or you no longer have custody or really able to kind of do any further investigation with them, the decedent is now really the medical examiner the one who's going to make that determination.
How many jurisdictions are involved?
I don't know. I can tell you at least 2.
Can you talk about the crime scene, how big this area is? What is
Correct. So the actual termination of this pursuit and the termination with that prompted the officer-involved shooting here was just at Julian at 87. However, as you may imagine, the suspect, like as I mentioned, attempted to flee, which kind of broadened that a little bit. But with any kind of officer-involved shooting, we ultimately try to expand our net to ensure that we can get as much video as we can. And that's a great reminder. If anybody has information, I know there's a mention of a video that's circulating, please contact the San Jose Police Department's homicide unit and share that video with us. The more information we can to piece together why this happened and how it happened, the better.
How long are roads going to be closed here?
It's probably going to be several hours. I can imagine it'll be at least until the early morning.
Did the suspect exchange gunfire with officers during any part of this?
Absolutely. One of our officers was injured by the suspect's gunfire. And sorry, that was a sergeant.
Did that happen before?
That happened here at what I would call the terminus of the pursuit.
Hollister, did he engage with officers there?
I don't have any of the information other than the fact that there was an officer, something that prompted an officer-involved shooting, and that fortunately none of their officers were injured in that officer-involved shooting. But as I imagine, Hollister PD should be putting out additional information.
Is there information on the kind of firearm that was used?
Not yet. I imagine we'll be able to provide that information to you at a later press conference.
And the other, is there any information as the second car that was hit by 2 of the bullets? One had the window shattered, and the other one has a bullet hole in the door. There was a woman that had a scratch on her cheek.
That is news to me. Again, I'm hoping to learn more information. I wish I had it. I can't speak to something I haven't been briefed on. I actually missed a little bit of a briefing to try and make sure you all had an update, because I'm sure not only the media but all of our general public is concerned and wants to know what's going on. What I can say is that we're thankful that this ended and that our sergeant is going to make a full recovery, hopefully.
Was the general public in danger at any point, given that this is downtown area, very traffic zone?
Whenever you have a violent individual armed with a firearm who's willing to commit violence on the police department or any other individual, taking vehicles, driving recklessly, and firing indiscriminately, I think, yeah, of course they're in danger. And this is just another example of why our police department and all these neighboring agencies, it's so important to conduct these investigations, that they respond rapidly, because if there wasn't a stop to this, I can only imagine how much longer this would have gone.
Sergeant, is 87 still closed, and do we know how long it's going to be back?
So I'm not sure about 87. I can tell you that Julian Street will be closed until the very minimal at the very early morning, but if not, probably until the later afternoon tomorrow.
Just trying to clarify, the vehicle theft in San Jose, did officers follow him to San Benito County and then come back?
No, there was no San Jose police officers involved in the pursuit. There was a San Jose helicopter that was involved in monitoring the vehicle and providing information to outside units. SJPD re-entered what I would call the pursuit once it entered back into San Jose jurisdiction.
And ended here?
And ended here, correct. When he exited the freeway and onto surface streets.
And when he exited the freeway, that was around 2 p.m. Was that wrong, or was that?
No, 2 p.m. is when the original call came out. The carjacking happened that exited our jurisdiction. And then a series of events occurred until he responded back. But SJPD was monitoring and, like I said, ended the way it ended. So I'm hoping to have more information. I wish I could provide that to you, but I think we're kind of getting into the facts that I don't have right now. I do appreciate everybody's time in covering this, and hopefully we'll be able to provide more information to you in the next 24 to 48 hours. Your news desk will get an email as soon as we have a timeline for that press conference. It'll be kind of exactly what everybody normally expects. I appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you.
Anything else tonight?
Nothing else tonight, correct. Thank you very much.